So scroll up. Why didn't that show up? Kid videos. No, you just start. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Leslie Pope, creative designer at TheBeadSmith, and we're going to go on safari today with this lovely bracelet project from Matubo. And as always, the tutorial will be in the I Love Beads section. It's a safari bracelet. It'll be under Gem Duos, Gem Duos, Mini Duos, and Nib Bits, by the way. And because I told everyone that I was going to do more projects with Nib Bits, so I found them for you, and it's a really fast project. And as usual, I decided to make mine a short version and put it on a partially finished bracelet in because we love them, and as you know, it's so easy to adjust just the length of your bracelet, and you just slide it on your wrist, pull up the little smart bead, and voila, instant bracelet. Look at that. And it's so fast. And so I also had to make earrings because I love making earrings. Very simple. I just turn the component lengthwise instead of widthwise and added a soldered jump ring, and you could hang your ear wire off of that. And as usual, it's a very fast, probably considered a stash buster project because you don't need a lot of beads. And like I said, I did I have the Nib Bits and the Gem Duos and the Mini Duos and a few 11s. So I'm going to take this away. That's okay. So this is the bracelet that I started, and I want to show you guys how to make a component and then how to make an end component. And hi Kathy, I'm glad you're on time. And the end component has an extra bead where you would put your jump ring on. So as you see, I have my literally a little pile of beads because you don't need a lot of beads. And as usual, I'm using 6-pound fire line. I got my snips. I love my snips. And then I'm going to be using the, micro tip, thank you. Micro tip pliers. Leslie Rogowski is here helping me out for a change. Thank you. And so since you really have to get in really close to get the jump rings in, I'm using these guys. And I decided, well, I tried with 5mm jump rings and they were too small, so I went up to 6mm jump rings. So if everybody's all excited and ready to go on safari, let's go. So, oh, and I didn't do that this time, but you're supposed to check all of your multi-hole beads to make sure the bead holes are open, because the last time, you guys know, I went all the way around and I had a closed bead hole. So I didn't do this ahead of time, but I'm going to do it now. So you start with a super duo, and then a nib bit, and another gem duo. Oh, my shirt's in the way. And then you're going to pick up 5 mini duos, and this is one of my favorite colors. It's Metal Lust Burnt Copper. And I know I have a whole bunch of friends who are copper fans. And then you're going to sew through this open hole of one of the gym duos and pick up another nib bit. As usual, this is like really fast, people, as I always say, and I hope I don't lie when I say that. And then you're going to go back through your first gym duo, and see they're all nice and snug there. And I'm going to pick up 5 more mini duos. 3, 4, 5. I'm not checking these guys because I can look down and see that their holes are open. And so you're going to make 2 overhand knots with your working thread and your tail, and you'll weave your tail in later and get it out of the way. And of course, here's my second knot. Alrighty, so that is basically almost your whole component right there, like literally right there. So we're going to weave through a couple of beads. Let's see, the gym duo. And you see I also don't have a lot of fire line. I think I cut about 16 inches. Okay. And so we're going to step up through your first mini duo, and now you're going to add your 11s. So I think it's like 4, 1, 2, 3, yes. And I am not even looking at the instructions because I've done so many of them. I don't even need the instructions. That's how simple they are. Okay. So when you get to come out of your last mini duo, you're going to pick up your 7. It's a very large bead, and that's where you're going to be putting your jump rings through. Go through the nib bit into the mini duos on the other side, and you're going to do the same thing. We're going to add an 11 in between each of the mini duos that are on the other side. Here we go. And I actually, when I finished this round, I actually did run the thread back through all of the beads just for a little added security, but for essence of time, I'm not going to do that today. So we're back to our second nib bit, so you pick up another 7. So through the nib bit, and then sew back into the other side of your component. And that's it. You are done. That is one component. So you would just tie off your working thread and weave in your tail, which I'm not going to do on camera because it's going to be really tough for me to do that. But that is literally one of your components. And as you see, this is, you connect your components through the 7s with your jump rings. So if I was going to continue on, I would just end this off and take in and add my jump rings, and you'd have another link. So the camera eye is under this side. Oh, am I hiding things? Sorry. No, you're good. So to get to the end of the bracelet, where you would add your other jump ring, so you could attach your clasp, or in my case, the jump ring, and I put the partially finished bracelet in, you have to add a couple of more beads. So we're going to act like this is our end component, and you would sew through the 7 and you pick up an 11 and a 7 and another 11 and sew through the other 7 on the other side and into a few beads. And like I said, you can run back around and do a second thread path just for security if you want it to. I'm going to do that while I'm standing here. There we go. Because I always say that your time is valuable and thread is cheap, so use a lot of it, because you don't want to spend time making something and have it fall apart on you. To date, I don't think if any of my jewelry has failed, it has failed because of a thread issue. It's usually bead breaks, a jump ring comes out, the clasp is broken, but usually never my thread. So we're back around to our ending here, and I'm going to sew through that again so it's nice and secure, and tie it off. There we go. We're going to act like I did this the proper way, just for the essence of time. And we're going to snip the working thread off. And normally I would say weave the tail thread in a few times before you snip it off, but I'm going to snip it off just to get it out of the way, so I can show you how you would, where are we? Okay, how you would put your component onto the end of your bracelet. Up, and let me flip it up the right side. There we go. So remember, when you open your jump rings, you twist towards you and away from you, so you don't change the shape of the jump ring. So it's like this. Slide it. Whoop. Come back here, boo. Slide it through 1 7 on one component and the 7 on the other component. And this is why you'll see why I tell you to use these fine pliers, because it's really tight and a little fidgety. Micro tip. Why do I love these things. Microfine. Why do I keep forgetting? I love them. Okay. I'm going to hold that firmly. There we go. There we go. And very carefully, see how carefully I have to twist this to get that in, because you don't have a lot of working room. So that is jump ring number 1. And I didn't close that very tightly either, but, and then we're going to open up jump ring number 2 and do the same thing. So scooch them in to 1 7. Come on. There we go. Let's try it this way. There we go. That's one. Okay, there we go. And the other end. Come on. Come on. Just a little bit. I just need you to come out a little bit. There we go. So here we go. And we close that up. And ta-da! Here's your second bracelet. So like I said, if you wanted to do it with the partially finished bracelet in, you would put a jump ring on each side through your 7, and then put your partially finished bracelet in on, and voila! Instant bracelet. What do you guys think? I think it's a really nice bracelet. And as I promised, I was going to look for more patterns that had nib-bits in them because I really like nib-bits. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching the project today. And as always, you can find the pattern on the beadsmith.com website /I love beads. I would look for it under gem duos, nib-bits, and mini duos. And as always, you can find all of these fabulous beads and tools and fireline and, of course, partially finished bracelet ends at your favorite bead reseller. And in this crazy time, I hope everyone is supporting them as much as they possibly can. They need us. We need them. Happy beading. And remember, we love beads. Everyone take care. Bye.